This is a fictional alternate timeline for entertainment. It is not news, not advocacy, and not a claim about real events. Previously on this timeline, trade lanes shifted, resources got bundled, money became a filter, technology split into two worlds, factories raced to build everything, infrastructure became strategic, and then Episode 8, The Cyber Shadow, proved something terrifying. You don't have to destroy a country to cripple it. You just have to make it doubt its own systems. So now the world does what nervous systems always do under threat. Tightens, hardens, and reacts faster. And that's when the danger begins. This is Episode 9, The Shadow War, Cold Open, 2:11 a.m. A cybersecurity analyst watches a live dashboard. The spikes are small, the noise looks normal. Then one signal appears that does not belong, a clean, perfect pattern moving across networks that should never talk to each other. The analyst zooms in and sees the message that turns calm into panic. Privileged access granted. Not failed login, not suspicious attempt. Granted, the analyst does not shout. They do the only thing that matters in a real crisis. They hit containment. Instantly, systems isolate. Networks segment. Permissions lock down. And the moment containment begins, the world feels it. Because containment is safety and also friction. Now picture a resident. A normal night. A phone buzzes. A payment is pending. A delivery is delayed. A streaming service fails to load. A banking app asks for extra verification, small annoyances. But humans do not fear annoyance, they fear pattern. Because when multiple things break at once, it stops feeling random. It starts feeling like something is happening behind the curtain. Now picture a small business owner. They wake up to an email that makes their stomach drop. Due to enhanced verification, settlement times may be extended. Extended settlement means delayed payroll. Delayed payroll means panic. And panic spreads faster than any virus, because in a small business, timing is life support. Now picture a port security coordinator. They are already on high alert from Episode 7. A call comes in. Unidentified drones spotted near critical infrastructure. Not fighter jets, not missiles. Small drones, cheap, quiet, hard to predict. And here's why drones are terrifying in this timeline. They do not need permission. They do not need a border crossing. They do not need a big footprint. They just need one moment of chaos. The port goes into lockdown. Gates slow. Truck lines form. Ships wait offshore. And the global system feels the squeeze. Because the port is not just a port, it is a valve. Now we hit the second layer of Episode 9. Espionage. Not a spy movie with trench coats. The modern version is quieter. It's access. It's credentials. It's insiders under pressure. It's stolen documents that become weapons. And then it happens. A leak goes public. Screens across the world show classified-looking pages, maps, memos, transcripts, audio clips that sound real enough to be terrifying. Some are real, some are altered, some are impossible to verify, but it doesn't matter, because the leak does what it was designed to do. It breaks trust. Allies question allies, partners hesitate, markets freeze, and the public asks one question: what are they not telling us? Now let's make this human again. Picture a hospital administrator. Generators are checked, supplies are counted, network redundancy is tested, staff schedules are tightened. Because in this timeline, hospitals are not just healthcare. They are social stability. If hospitals fail, the country panics. So hospitals become strategic. Picture an infrastructure engineer. They are told to operate under continuity protocols. Translation: assume disruptions will continue. They check substations, transformers, backup systems, fuel supplies, and they see the quiet nightmare. Parts take time to replace, so they start protecting everything like it is irreplaceable, because in a split world, it might be. Now zoom out. Episode 9 is the moment the conflict changes shape. In Episode 8, cyber was a shadow. Now the shadow starts shaping reality, because every system response has a cost. More verification, more manual checks, more delays, more suspicion. Suspicion is gasoline. Now, what do the blocks do? The super block hardens its internal networks. It tightens payment approvals. It increases infrastructure security. It coordinates response teams across member states. The United States-led alliance does the same. Hardening, segmentation, emergency routing, counterintelligence sweeps, infrastructure patrols. Both sides tell themselves the same story. We are preventing escalation. But here is the twist. Escalation can be created by prevention, because prevention reduces reaction time, and reduced reaction time increases mistakes. Now we get to the action beat. A drone incident near a critical site triggers a rapid response. Not a full attack, an incident. The details are unclear, the footage is shaky, the narrative spreads faster than the facts. And that is how modern crises evolve. The story arrives before the truth, so both sides raise readiness. More patrols, more air defenses, more restricted zones, more sudden exercises, more signals that say we are ready. And the other side reads that signal as they are about to move. Now we hit the emotional peak of Episode 9. Picture a resident in a supermarket. It is not empty. But the vibe is wrong. People are buying basics not because they need them today, because they are afraid they will not have them tomorrow. And fear is contagious. Picture a small business owner. A supplier asks for prepayment. Insurance doubles. A delivery window changes from days to unknown. Unknown is the worst word in business, because you cannot plan around unknown. You can only retreat, and retreat is how economies slow down. Picture a security analyst again. They are exhausted because cyber is not one attack. It is a storm. False positives, real intrusions, noise that hides signal, signal that looks like noise. And the worst part, you never get to know if you are done. Now we reach the cliffhanger. A second leak drops. Bigger, sharper, more humiliating. It claims to reveal strike options and contingency plans. Maybe real, maybe fake, but it hits the public like a punch. Because it does not just suggest danger, it suggests intent. And intent changes everything. Leaders face pressure. Hardliners get louder. Emergency rules expand, and the system crosses an invisible line from defense to retaliation. Not officially, not publicly, but structurally. This is the moment where the shadow war stops being a thriller and starts becoming a war story. So here's the final question of Episode 9. In a world where nobody can prove who started it, how do you stop the next step? Because next episode is the grand finale. And it begins with the sentence no one wants to hear. The first strike has already happened. If you want Episode 10, hit like so YouTube knows you want the finale, and subscribe so you do not miss it when it drops. And tell me in the comments, do you think this timeline could have de-escalated, or was it doomed the moment trust broke? Next episode, the night the sky lit up. And this is where the timeline goes loud.